Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL news cycle lately, you already know that the San Francisco 49ers are in the middle of an interesting phase. It's a season that's shaping up to be pivotal for them, especially after a series of moves that have been both strategic and, let's be honest, necessary. The team faced significant challenges this offseason, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Let's dive into what's been happening and what it all means for the Niners moving forward. The offseason was nothing short of a roller coaster for San Francisco. They lost a handful of key players, many of whom were vital pieces of their defense in recent seasons. These aren't just names. These are players who contributed to the identity of the team, especially on that formidable defensive line. The departures created gaps, and even with their aggressive approach in the 2025 NFL Draft, it was clear that the front office recognized the need for more help, more reinforcements to keep that defense competitive at the highest level. Now, let's talk about the preseason. Everyone saw that tough opener against the Denver Broncos, and it was a wake-up call. The 49ers got beaten quite convincingly. It wasn't just a bad day. It exposed several vulnerabilities that need urgent addressing. One of the most glaring issues was the defensive line, a unit that's been a cornerstone of their defense for years. Injuries have taken their toll, and currently, a number of key players are battling health setbacks. First-round rookie Michael Williams, who is expected to be a bright spot for the future, is already banged up. Yetur Gross-Matos and Sam Okuainonu are also nursing injuries, which puts even more pressure on the remaining healthy players to perform. And let's not forget the superstar Nick Bosa. He's still healthy, still one of the premier pass rushers in the league, and the anchor of that defensive front. But even Nick Bosa can't do everything by himself. The defense needs support, and it needs it now. That's what prompted the team to make their latest move, signing former Chicago Bears standout pass rusher Trevis Gipson. This is a move that might seem minor on the surface, but it's actually a strategic attempt to bolster that pass rush and add some much-needed depth to a position group that's been decimated by injuries and inconsistent performance. Trevis Gipson, for those who might not be fully familiar, was a fifth-round pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. He broke into the league with the Chicago Bears and had a standout season in 2021. That year, Gipson racked up 39 tackles, 7 sacks, 2 pass deflections, and 5 forced fumbles in just 16 games, 9 of those as a starter. That's impressive production for a fifth-round guy, and it showed he had the potential to be a disruptive force on the field. But as with many players, consistency became an issue. In 2022, Gipson wasn't able to replicate that magic, and by the time 2023 arrived, he was released by the Bears before the season started. Since then, Gipson has been on a bit of a journeyman path, spending time with the Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Seattle Seahawks. Unfortunately, he struggled to find consistent playing time, which has perhaps limited his ability to showcase his true potential. But here's the thing, when the 49ers brought him in, it wasn't just about filling a roster spot. It was about a calculated gamble. They see something in Gipson's 2021 performance, and with their defensive line in a bit of a state of flux, adding him to the mix could be a game changer. This move isn't just about depth, it's about competition. Gipson now has an opportunity to prove himself all over again. The 49ers are hoping that he can turn back the clock and tap into that disruptive edge rusher they saw in 2021. If he can show flashes of that form during training camp and preseason, he might have a real shot at earning a spot on the 53-man roster, or at the very least, be an impactful rotational player. It's worth noting, too, that the team's decision to sign Gipson is not just about injury coverage. It's about sending a message. Any player who's willing to work and bring effort will have a shot. The 49ers, coaching staff has always valued players who show resilience and grit, and Gipson's journey so far shows he's got plenty of that. Plus, with the team's defensive identity rooted in relentless pass rushes and disciplined coverage, bringing in someone like Gipson adds a new dynamic, a fresh burst of energy that could be exactly what they need to elevate their pass rush this season. But let's be realistic. Gipson will need to perform at a high level in practice and preseason games to carve out a real role. The competition is fierce, especially with the likes of Nick Bosa, who is, of course, the star and leader of that line. Yet the opportunity is there. If Gipson can harness that 2021 form, produce those impactful sacks, and show consistent effort, he might just become a key piece of their defensive puzzle. Now, an interesting aspect of this signing is how it fits into the broader picture of the 49ers' season plans. Remember, the team is optimistic about most of their injured players returning by week 1. That's a huge boost, but it also underscores the importance of depth. The NFL is a brutal league, and injuries can derail even the best plans. The 49ers learned that the hard way last season, when injuries on defense hampered their ability to dominate at times. So, adding Gipson isn't just a short-term fix, it's a move to ensure they have enough firepower to sustain their high standards throughout the grueling season. And speaking of the season, fans are rightly excited about what's ahead. The 49ers have one of the most talented rosters in the league, especially on offense with the likes of Brock Purdy leading the charge, supported by a dynamic group of skill position players. But it's their defense that will be the backbone of their success. If Gipson can add some pass-rushing punch, it could be the difference-maker in close games, especially in playoff situations where every sack, strip, or disruption counts. The coaching staff, led by head coach Kyle Shanahan, has always been innovative and strategic. They know that a strong pass rush can elevate the entire defense, forcing turnovers, creating negative plays, and putting the offense in favorable positions. Gipson's signing is a piece of that larger puzzle. It's about building a defense that's versatile, relentless, and ready to adapt to the challenges of the season. The players, too, are motivated. They see the opportunity to prove themselves, especially those who are battling for playing time after a tough offseason filled with injuries and roster changes. And let's not forget the fans. The 49ers faithful are some of the most passionate in the NFL, and they've been through a lot in recent years. Great seasons, heartbreaking playoff losses, and roster upheavals. This signing, while not the flashiest move of the offseason, signals that the team is serious about contending again. They're not just resting on their laurels or hoping everything falls into place. They're actively shaping their roster to be as competitive as possible, and Gipson is part of that strategy. Now, for the upcoming weeks, all eyes will be on Gipson during training camp and preseason games. Can he shake off the rust and show the explosive edge rush that made him a star in Chicago? Can he adapt to San Francisco's defensive schemes and earn the confidence of the coaching staff? These are questions that only time will answer, but the signs are promising. There's a sense that Gipson, with his experience and raw talent, could surprise many, especially if given the right opportunities. For the diehard 49ers fans, it's an exciting time. The team has a chance to redefine its defense, to add new energy, and to create a unit that can dominate in different ways. The addition of Gipson might seem subtle on paper, but in the context of the team's needs and aspirations, it's a move that could resonate throughout the season. Every sack, every pressure, every game-changing play from that defensive line will be crucial in what promises to be another challenging yet thrilling NFL campaign. So, as we wait for the season to kick off, keep a close eye on Gipson's journey. Watch how he integrates into the team, how he competes in practice, and whether he can tap into that 2021 form once again. The 49ers are a team that thrives on resilience, talent, and strategic moves, and this signing fits perfectly into that narrative. Whether Gipson becomes a key player or a valuable rotational piece, it's clear that San Francisco is doing everything possible to build a defense capable of carrying them back to the Super Bowl. And with the talent they have on offense, if the defense can step up just a little, the sky's the limit for this team. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on the signing of Trevis Gipson? Do you believe he'll be a game-changer this season? Are you excited about the potential improvements on the defensive line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest San Francisco 49ers news. So stay tuned and keep that passion alive. This season promises to be one of the most exciting yet, and with moves like this, the 49ers are showing they're serious about competing at the highest level. Thanks for being with us, and let's get ready for what's coming next.